Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all? I hope that um, you read the title and the description of this video before you clicked on it so that I don't have to explain what it's about. The kept independent woman. We're going to talk about the kept independent type of woman. This is the type of woman that will benefit the maximum amount in a relationship. Hey, so being a kept independent woman, you don't have to start off as independent, but you must start off as kept. This is the key. Or whatever you do for a living must be kept a secret until you are kept. Okay? This is the secret. A lot of women do not like giving up their power or being vulnerable financially 100% to a man. So, this is what keeps them from wanting to be in a kept relationship because their fear of what they've seen other men do to women. So they want to avoid that from happening to them. So in order to be a kept independent woman, you must avoid telling them that you're independent or that you are as successful as you are. Okay? Because there's always this middle ground that everyone just skips and forgets. And this is the people that are the most successful, especially women. Most kept women, not all, but most kept women are very successful and in their own right. So think about Kamora Lee Simmons. She started off as a model. Now she's a mogul. Okay. Um, so I'm sure when Russell Simmons married her, oh, well, I got me a model. He didn't know he had a model and a mogul. You know. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Thank you so much. And I'm sure she didn't pretend that she was a mogul mind when she met him. I'm pretty sure she played the model role, was the model, lived the model lifestyle, to the T. But then after marriage, after her modeling career, then comes, okay, well, now I want to do something. Then comes the mogul. Okay. So if you are one-dimensional in your thinking when it comes to getting with a man of means or a man to take care of you, I don't want to be like you. You forgot to think about what else you can do after you are with someone. You forgot the middle ground. You only see two sides of something. You don't see the in between. It's like when someone dies at the cemetery. The dash is what people don't even look at. They look at the year of birth and the year of the death, but they forgot the dash is where it's at. The dash, the life. So when you approach this type of situation, "Oh, I don't want to be a kid woman. I don't want to give up my independence." Well, independent women who don't think on this scale will be independent, maybe single, maybe go through a million relationships and not find someone to settle with. But if you are thinking on both sides of your brain at the same time, when a woman is truly independent, she's more on her masculine side of thinking. So she doesn't consider, well, maybe I can have both, being kept and be independent and build something and be great. So I also believe that it's an excuse to self-sabotage um, a relationship with a more successful man because a lot of women enjoy dating dusties. A lot of women enjoy the power of making more money than a man because they feel like I can control them. They're not going to cheat on me or less likely to hurt me if they know I make more money. But that's just the exact opposite. A man will cheat on you if you make more money than them because they feel emasculated. In order to feel like a man, they must go out and feel like a man to another woman because they are not a man to you, right? They're a child to you. So it's going to backfire eventually. So what you must do is play the role of a gold digger, sugar baby, get kept, then play the role of the mogul and build your own empire. Even if it's a feminine empire, "Oh, I'm going to design some, I'm going to write a children's book, or I'm going to design calendars. I'm going to open a store. Oh, I'm going to sell this. Oh, I'm going to do a hairline, whatever. As long as it's feminine, the man is not going to be threatened by some makeup. The man is not going to be threatened by some wigs. Okay? Men like power and authority and to be respected for a masculine job and appearance. If your job is I'm an event coordinator versus I'm a corporate vice president of, this company. Oh, and I have meetings and I have to, that's masculine, So you want to stay in the feminine realm of building your own independence while being kept. And the beauty about being kept and being an independent woman is that you can go anytime you want and not miss a beat. And you're totally funded by him. You see? So he's the initial investor. You don't spend any money. He he pays all your bills. So you don't have any bills to pay. That's all your profit. Okay? So you can save faster and build faster being an independent kept woman. You don't have to struggle at all. Okay? So being an independent kept woman is the smartest thing you can do. Most women can't do this because they want to be the man mentally. I want to tell people what I do for a living. I didn't go to college for 20 years so I could sit and look pretty. Okay. Well, I have this and I have that and I have this degree and I have that degree and I'm very smart and I'm very this and that's not going to help you because you have someone else that probably went to school, to community college, took a GED test, and it's probably making more money than you right now because they know how to work what they have. Okay? So stop thinking inside the box and think outside the entire box. Put the box in your pocket. Okay? And go get another one and another one. Because a lot of women, that's why if you stay in school and college and in that system too long, you get programmed to thinking that is the only way. And I have people that call me, have been in college for this many years, got master's degrees, got doctorates, but need my help on how to become successful. Because that's not what they teach you in college. What they teach you is how to follow instructions. And they don't teach you how to think. They don't teach you how to strategize and figure out something that may not be on paper. They don't teach you how to create new ideas. They don't teach you any of that. They teach you to follow instructions of what's already been done. You can never be an innovator if you're just repeating what people have already done. That's why most of the geniuses and the people that are very rich dropped out of school or did not put a lot of emphasis on education. Because it does not help you after a certain point. After you learn the basics, unless you're going to be a surgeon, and even Leonardo da Vinci, who drew the human anatomy, did not go to college. And they study him. Think, don't follow. Be an independent kept woman. Start your own business. Build your own empire. Get it fully funded. And make 100% profit. Then your kids will be independent. And hopefully kept if they're smart. If they're daughters. So, exactly. So most of the people that you study in college did not go to college. Most of the geniuses dropped out of school, failed this class, they had to get away in order to think. They have to get out of the system in order to think. So the next time you go to, and think about any psychology class, who did they learn from? Where did the first psychology come from? It didn't come from a college. It came from observing. It came from living. It came from experience. It came from thinking and creating. So when you're put in a system to memorize and regurgitate information, and then you can't function in the real world, and you feel like you've wasted all this time and energy and are not successful because you were told so many years that education is the key. That's true. Education is basics. The basics of education are the keys, but then your own mind and thinking is the rest. Your own strategy, your passion, is the rest. So, you can be a gold digger, you can be a kept woman, and then eventually you could be an independent business owner, mogul, type person, you know. Look at all the housewives, on television. They all have some type of business, probably fully funded by whoever they were with. Mhm. You know, they're not struggling. They're not worried about many things that most fully independent women have to worry about. So, what's a mogul? Go look it up. Um, I dropped out of high school and college, but intelligence is in the mind of the beholder. Yes. Um, and that's another thing. When you this is what I really push on my other channel. When you want to learn something, you need to learn it yourself, not regurgitate what someone else told you. Thank you, Nick Nick. This video is right on time. I have a scientist and I want this bag. I'm washing my wig as we speak and texting him. Okay. So get out of the mindset of the set structured mindset. Get out of the fear aspect of living your life and create the life you want and figure out how to have what you want without having to fund it, basically. Okay. That's the smartest way to do things. Mhm. And that's why I think it's so funny when men come on here and say, "Oh, you're worthless. You need a job. You need." Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to ever have a job. I will have a business. Oh, don't worry. I'm not worthless. My net worth is going to be more than your lifetime worth of net worth in a couple of years because I'm going to be totally funded while you still struggling. Men don't realize that a lot of women are. Most women aren't lazy. Okay. Most women aren't lazy. But if we are perceived as lazy, we're not expected to work. Or it's not a big, huge disappointment. Or it's not a surprise. So when we want to be kept and all the time, planning and creating maybe our own business or investments or whatever we were planning to do anyway, we're just going to be fully funded. So it doesn't matter. Everything that's against you will work for you if you let it. The only thing that creates resistance is equal resistance. That's science. So most women hold up so much resistance that they're creating the struggle. They are the creators of their own struggle. So just think about it. Just think. You can't hurt your shoulder pushing against the wall if you stop pushing. Okay. You could draw on the wall, take a picture of the wall, post it on Instagram, get 1,000 likes and views, get some art pencil or some paint sponsorship. They're going to pay you this much money to use their paint and paint another picture and take pictures of it and put their link in the comments. That's how you create instead of feeling trapped and pushing against a wall, creating pressure and struggle that was never there. Okay? And a lot of people have been programmed to do this and they will not stop. They like the struggle. They like to say, oh, I push against the wall all day. I'm strong. I push against the wall all day. I am strong. Good for you. That's exactly how I see it. I push on a wall. I'm strong. I should be celebrated. Let's celebrate the wall pushers. You see? So that's why we need to look at it from a different perspective, because if we don't, we're going to be celebrating pushing on a wall for the rest of our lives. Okay? And I don't want to be known for pushing on a wall. In 500 years, I don't want to be known as that woman that pushed on that wall. You have to look at it from this perspective because that's exactly what it is. Oh, y'all want to see my nails? I got this for the holidays. Normally, I would not do anything like this, but it's Christmas time. So, thank you. Stop pushing that wall. Step back from that wall. Look at the wall. Create something out of the wall. Use the wall for something else. Make the wall work for you. Okay? See the wall as something that you don't have to push against anymore. I know this is deep, but guess what? Thinking usually is. Okay? Flip that MF. Yes. And this type of example is what people need in order to see themselves outside of themselves. If you don't see yourself outside of yourself, that's why they say step outside the box. See yourself outside of your circumstance. See yourself outside of your current, whatever you're doing. See yourself outside of your struggle. Because if you take yourself and put yourself on the other side of the wall that you're pushing on and didn't know anything else, you're going to keep pushing on the other side of the wall and be pushing yourself and not getting anywhere. Okay. So this is where self-sabotage comes in, because you haven't been taught anything. You don't know any better. You're just doing what you're told to do. You're just following what you think you're supposed to do, So if you ever do get an opportunity and you get in a better position and you complain and you don't know what to do, all you're going to do is get on the opposite side of that wall and start pushing back. And you're going to end up right back on the other side. Because I've talked to plenty of women who've gotten with men with money and they're depressed. I don't know what to do. I feel so alone. I'm so emotional. I nag him. I call him all day. I don't know what to do with myself. Blah, blah, blah. Because you're in the same predicament, except you're on the opposite side. So you must think. You must think. And when you start thinking and when you start creating ideas and writing down ideas and figuring out certain things, all that stuff goes away. The struggle is never there ever again. Okay, you don't have to worry about feeling this or feeling that or being incomplete and wanting attention that nobody really wants to give you, because you're supposed to be fulfilled within yourself and using time in your day to do something for yourself. They don't understand why you want to give them all of their time. If a person wanted to give me all of them, I would not think highly of them. I would be like, I don't want all of your time. I want my own free time. Get away from me. What's wrong with you? You don't have a life or something? You're an empty shell. That's it. So make sure, y'all, my eyelashes got a hair in it. Make sure you are the independent kept woman and don't end up back on the other side because you don't know what to do with your energy and yourself because you don't know how to stop struggling. Struggle can be mental. Okay. Actually, all is mental. People that have more money than you struggle the same amount as a broke person struggles in their mind if they don't know how to think. Okay. So I'm not gonna do a long drawn out video. Um, I just wanted to put that information out there for y'all. So some of y'all really need to hear this type of talk because there's no one out there talking about it in a way that you can understand or you can appreciate, or that's in your same language. When I say language, I mean in your same capacity to relate. Hmm. So, and yeah, be like a cat, independently kept. Yes, they're the master of the house, yet they depend on you for everything else. They give you their time when they want to. Velvet, my cat, yes. Um, and here's the thing: if you listen to this entire video over again and understand that you do not need instruction, you need to think for yourself. Okay. So many of you are order takers. You take orders and you follow. Okay. What they used to call them in the 90s, shot callers. Remember in the 90s rap, I'm a shot caller. I'm a baller. Be a shot caller. Call your own shots. Okay. Call your own shots. Don't ask people, what should I do? Okay. Think. I always tell people to go in a room and don't come out until you know what you need to do. And I think it's because of the cell phones that most people stop thinking. I mean, I use my phone all the time, but I still think. And I use my phone as a tool to further my thinking, to research my own thinking, to make my thinking and my ideas become a reality. That's what I use this piece of technology for. Y'all are using it to let it tell you what to do. I'm telling it what to do and to bring it to life. Difference, okay? Um, so make it work, make things work for you, don't work for them. Hmm. So here's my thing. Like, oh, I wonder how I can make some money. A different way to make. Oh, I want to start my own business. Okay. What do I really like to do? What will be cool? Okay. Let me research that. Let me see. Do a lot of people like this stuff? Okay. You start asking yourself questions. This is a tool. This is a tool. It is not a programmer. You program this to help bring your imagination into this reality, not take your mental and put it into this phone and then bring what's here into reality back here. Okay. Because so many people say, well, I heard about A, B, C, and D, and it looks like a good thing, but you're not passionate about it. It wasn't even your idea. And you're just gonna drop it as soon as you get bored or frustrated with it because you don't have a passion for it. So stop taking ideas from a machine and get them in your own mind and use the machine to create your own ideas. Use this as a tool. Okay. This is like paint. A phone is like paint. A computer is like paint. The artist controls the paint. Okay. If If the paint controlled the artist, I mean, that makes no sense. That makes zero sense. Okay. That's like painting a picture with one color. You took 50 years to paint individual lines, but you're using the same color. Nobody gonna see the picture. They're just gonna see red because you took that idea and tried to make it your own, but it's just red. It's just a red painting. It's just a red painting. There's nothing of you in there. And no one's gonna buy it unless they love red. Okay. I'm always so surprised how she will always seem to be talking about what I mind was on your mind recently. Oh yeah, because y'all know we all connected over here, baby. Like if you knew the science and things behind the internet, you would also understand that we're all connected. So whatever y'all are thinking about, I can feel it. I get like a because you know that this is more from my other channel. Do you know that your screens that you look on and that you always carry with you, your phone or whatever, that's made out of plasma. You know that, right? The fourth state of matter. And it's a very conscious state of matter. So it's very easy to pick up on other people's um, frequencies or energies or thoughts. So, I just started watching you 2 days ago. Love your videos. Thank you. I literally just had this thought. So many Black women excelling at higher rates, more men are becoming intimidated. Da, 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 and you want to be kept up. So, yeah, that's the problem with a lot of independent women. They want a man to treat them like a lady, but their energy is too masculine because they are independent in a masculine way. So, you have to want to be a kept woman. You have to downplay the masculine side of your career or um, independence. Get fully funded and then take your dream and create it a reality. Okay? Because most people are so stuck in their pride and their ego that they can't even see that they can have everything if they just temporarily turn it down uh, a little bit. Okay. It's the long haul. It's the strategized version of independence. It's the chess versus checkers form of independence. Okay. It's the yes. So you and another person, you and another woman, let's just say you and another person that's your same age, looks very similar to you, start off, in college. You got your careers, but this one decided to get married to this rich man and like give up her career. But she still has the mentality, the training, the degree or whatever she got, license, or if she went to like some type of trade school, I don't know. She still has all of that in her back pocket, but she's fully taken care of. There's no struggle for her. When she gets bored and she says, maybe I want to start a business, she doesn't have to struggle and figure out how she's going to get the money and take time off work or balance work and starting a business. She don't have to sacrifice anything but her own time. All she has to do is get the money from her man and go start her little business. You see? So, and then maybe fast forward 5 years. One lady, she might have quadruple what the independent woman had who struggled and fought her way up to wherever position she's in. It may have taken this person 5 years to get one or two promotions, when over here you have millions of dollars or high six-figure salary, and this person is still steady trying to climb up into barely six figures. Okay. So this is the trained person. These are the steps you take. You got to put in the work. You got to make sure that you're obedient and you do what they say. And you got to play the politics of the corporate world and A, B, C, and D. And you don't have time for a man. You don't have time to start your own business. You got to focus on this. You need to stay late and get up early. You know, that's that man. That's a man's mentality. Okay. Because most men don't stay home and take care of the kids. Most men don't need to start another business because they're fully focused on their career and providing for the family. So they don't care about the other stuff most of the time. For a woman, it's different because when you choose your career, you have to think about, what if I want kids? I didn't think about that when I chose my career path. I sure didn't, because I wasn't thinking that far ahead. When I was in high school, when I was going to college, early on, I wasn't thinking about, well, how will this interfere with children? Because you're not in that mindset yet. You're not thinking about having children at 20 and 19 and 17. So you're going to choose a career that's exciting, adventurous, or broad, or takes up all your time. And then when you get into it, you realize it's a trap. Oh my gosh, I don't have time to do anything. When am I going to have kids? When am I going to meet a man? You know, you get caught up in the masculine side of it. And then you wonder why. hmm, Your life is the way it is. Okay. Uh, I've had acquaintances where, I've known people that have gone to college, school, made straight A's, climbed the corporate ladder, and I make more money than them. They did everything, put in the work, traveled, went to different countries, ran this project. I mean, they sound important, but they bank accounts is not the same as mine. Okay, they have a busy schedule. They got lot more numbers on their schedules than on their payroll. So they have more numbers on their schedule than they have in their bank accounts. So for me, I couldn't live that life. I'd rather get married, be taken care of, and have the freedom, the time, the space, and the funding to start a business and do my own thing. That's just good thinking right there. So maybe that's how most of these independent women need to start thinking or raising their children to think, especially the girl children, because you can have it all if you are smart, if you know your power as a feminine woman, if you don't try to become a masculine career man and you let yourself be feminine, passionate about something that you really like, and let someone else fund it for you. Now, if you're not attractive and you can't do any better, and you must be an independent woman, then you're going to have to deal with certain aspects of dating that seem wrong. So think about this. My man cheats on me. I work hard. But that's why, because you're not the typical feminine woman. Okay. So you're going to have to put up with stuff that most women won't in order to have a family and a career. And the sad thing about that is most women who sacrifice for a career and just make their entire lives their career, they never get a chance to really experience being a woman. A full feminine woman, you never get that experience ever. You will die never knowing what it's truly like to be a feminine woman. And that's a shame. That's why I push level yourself up, make yourself beautiful, make yourself the ultimate fantasy of whatever man is going to cross the room for you. Don't sit there blah mediocre in some leggings talking about, I don't need no man. I can pay for my own stuff. I just want somebody to love me. No, You will never understand what it is fully like to be a woman, a feminine woman. All you will understand what it's like is to be a worker and mistreated in a relationship and abandoned. That's womanhood for many people. And that's the part that you need to get out of because that's not what it is. Most women feel that's womanhood. It's not womanhood. It's strugglehood. So get out of that. Get out of that thinking. Get out of that mindset that was pushed into your brain so that you could never fully be a woman. Get out of that mindset that was pushed into your brain. I don't care if your mama was like that. Somebody pushed that into her brain. Okay. And she didn't get to experience what it was really truly like to be a feminine woman either. So are you going to pass that down to your children too? If you do, then, and you know this, you can't do it now. Now that I've told you, if you do this, if you push down what you may have been taught, then you're guilty of pushing it down, knowing better. So I've just basically made you responsible by telling you this. And a lot of women will wait till it's too late, too late, and then be upset at the people around her. It's not your fault. It's just society has pushed you in that direction. And perhaps now, instead of trying to experience what it's fully like to be a feminine woman, maybe you can experience that within yourself by leveling up for yourself only, you know, and treating yourself this way, a certain way, you know. Um, if you are not able to, get a husband or be kept because you've waited too long, don't ask me what's too late because I can't tell you what's too late. There are women out there that are too stuck in their ways that if it wasn't too late for them, by the time they really actually put stuff into action, it would be too late. Thank you, Summer De Niro, detoxing from my old ways. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the donation. So you might be 35 right now hearing this message, but don't do anything until you're 39 and a half. Don't start to want to level up till you're 39 and a half. You have been watching my videos for years. And finally, at the age of, whatever, now you want to think about changing. So my point is, create the life you want. Stop pushing on the wall. Stop creating the struggle. Stop thinking and acting like a man because you'll never experience what it's like to be a woman. You may have been born woman. You may have played with Barbies as a child, but as an adult, you're a man. Energetically, you're a man. So the more you talk, the more I get what you're saying. I'm 30. I just started watching you. I'm so glad. Good. You need to get on it quick. Okay, like today. Today, level up. Do as much as you can today to go level up so that you can start on your journey tomorrow. Okay. That's how much we need to be doing this. This is how fast we need to jump on something. Not thinking about it, not planning on it 2 weeks later. Do it today. Believe me. You left your good husband who spoiled you. He used to call me a man. Yeah, see, you were just so programmed by society that you thought you were supposed to be a man. And now that you are a man, you remember that you're supposed to be a woman. Hmm. That's why you got to stop listening to society. Um, and listen to yourself. What do you truly want? You want him back now? Hmm. Good luck. Black women never really had a period of ultra femininity. We have only been hyper masculinized or fetishized. In the 1950s, and I remember back in the you can go online and look at old photos of the women from the 50s. They were ultra feminine. Women as a whole back then were ultra feminine because they didn't work. And if they did work, they took the aspect of the woman who didn't work and emulated that specific look on their days off. Mhm. So, but most didn't because most people wouldn't hire women a long time ago. So, go back and look at how feminine they used to. They have had a time of ultra femininity. Go look at the movie Eve's Bayou. Okay. So that took place back in the old days. Not really, but it was supposed to be set in an older time. Yeah. So go back and think about what you said that they've never been able to be feminine, but they were at one point. Yes, they were. Because I used to work with this older lady and she was super feminine. I mean, I'm like, I felt she was like, I felt like messy and unkept sitting next to her. She was an older woman, but she kept herself together. I mean, and she was about 6 foot tall and kind of big, but the her level was so pristine and feminine. Men were so attracted to her, even though she was giant. Let me tell you why. Makeup flawless every day, wig on point, nails done every week on the same day. Not 2 weeks, not like I do, not like I wait. But every week she has a standing nail appointment. Everything is on schedule. Oh, I've got to go get my nails done. Oh, I've got to go buy some new, facial cream. You know, this is the type of woman she was. And every day she wore skirts, blouses, or a dress every day. She had her signature perfume, which everybody loved in the office. And it was like, oh, I love that perfume. I even went and got the perfume because I thought it was so good. But now it's like old school, so you wouldn't want it. But at that time, it was nice. She would have her shoes. She would wear heels, or she never wore flats. Wore heels, and she was married to an old man, and she was old. And I'm like, dang, how old is your husband? And they like people would be like, oh, he's real old. Like I know she was in her 50s or 60s, so he must have been in his 80s. Okay, so he was probably laid up at the house, with his walker, and she didn't need his money. She never cashed her checks. The boss would be like, when are you gonna cash your check so I can do my books? Oh, I forgot. So she didn't need the money. She just liked doing something, you know. She secured the bag. She was 100% leveled up, even though she wasn't the typical type of woman that most men would be attracted to. But it was her femininity that drew them in because every time men would come in, they would really just be like in awe with her. Not because she was extra beautiful, not because she was, you know, the perfect specimen of a woman. It was her feminine energy, her feminine aspect, the way she took care of herself that drew them in. She got to fully experience what it's like to be a feminine woman. Okay. Right. So take care of yourselves. Make yourselves a number one priority. Don't care what people say. People judge you and treat you accordingly on how you look. Then, after they get to know you, they may change how they treat you. It may be better or worse. But the initial treatment and the initial reason to cross a room, the initial reason to even talk to you is your look. Sure, this is so true. Being feminine and having a beautiful kept look will always attract a man of means. Exactly. That's why a lot of women that um, want to be, you know, in the level up group or whatever, I don't see them drastically changing within a week in order to get the results. So um, either I don't respond back or, I offer the pre-level up because I can't see the change in a week. If I can't see you drastically changing in 1 week, if you're not even halfway there, then, time and energy is very, very important to a lot of people. So no potty training, no training wheels, no holding hands. You got to be ready to jump in and swim with the sharks, you know. So I saved you from your dusty torture. Oh, I'm so happy. She's been saved and delivered from the dustiness. Okay. Yeah, that's why. And that's another reason. Like we have really had to start monitoring who we let in that group, because if one lady is doing the work and leveling up, and then a lot of those ladies are way more leveled up than me. I stay at home, I make videos. These ladies are actually going out, going on trips and stuff. Thank you, Coach Check Girl. I just love your videos. Feminine is like, thank you. So I might not be the most, well kept woman with the most beauty or whatever in the group, but the point is there are women that are like that. And then if you bring someone in who doesn't know what highlight is and walking around like they just woke up and look like a boy, there's going to be a lot of tension. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to do the other type of group, because it's too much of a gap. Okay, it's too much of a gap. It's like here versus here. So too much of a gap, and that's why we have to do that, because that caused a lot of issues. Letting everyone in was like, okay, there's obviously going to be a little bit of jealousy here if you don't know what an eyeshadow palette is, and this person is a pro. You know, if you still have the same hangups about heels and dresses and wigs and makeup, and you don't need nothing, just lip gloss and mascara, then you're going to have a problem with this caked up, wigged up, high heel dress wearing chick who's, never has to go to work again. You're going to have an issue, and it's going to show one way or another eventually. And so, in order to keep any type of drama down, we don't let, we've had to start screening more carefully. And it's for everyone's own good. We don't want to make anyone feel less than. We don't want to make anyone feel intimidated or, being picked on. We want to make everybody. That's why the level up group will help you get to that level, so that when you get in there, you are comfortable, you good, you can hold your own. You don't have to lash out. You can fit in and maybe even surpass some of them as far as the level up, you know? You're asking a lot of the average woman to put forth that type of effort if she's not cute. Well, there are people that are in the Olympics that have no legs. There are people that climb Mount Everest that are blind. So if you want something, you're going to get it. Okay? I don't expect anything from anybody. People need to expect stuff out of themselves. I don't care. Okay? And that's the problem with so many people. They think you're supposed to give them the thumbs up, the thumbs down. You're supposed to give them what to strive for. You're supposed to expect things out of them. But who am I? Who am I? So I don't expect anything out of anyone. I expect people to expect stuff from themselves. And if you don't expect anything from yourself, then there's no reason to be in the group, right? How do you prevent from seeming boring and typical if you are trying to come off classy? Have a personality, be feminine. Remember, femininity is more than just a look. It is a way of moving, a way of speaking, a way of flowing. Okay? You won't be boring if you're feminine, believe me, especially if that man is masculine. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Let me shoot. Thank you, Miss Ray. What about when you're 4 years in with a dusty but not married and living the same household, already blended families? He works, but I work harder even though I'm an entrepreneur. Then you have, I mean, you already know. I mean, that is the life that you agreed to. That was your sense of worth at the time that you decided to be with that dude. That was your sense of worth at that time. Okay. So you agreed to it. Now that your sense of value has changed, you're having a problem with it. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Lala. Thank you for teaching us how to be emotionless. Okay. You're welcome. So since you were okay with it in the beginning, and now you're not okay with it, this is how you should have done it. And then I'm going to tell you the solution. Before you got into that relationship, you should have looked down the line. Where was this person going to be in 5 years? Okay. Look into your future. Look into your own future before you make any decisions. Now that you are in the situation, got blended families, now you have other people's emotions involved, other people's psychological involved. Now you have other people dependent on your bad decision to get with a dusty. Now, since you did not value yourself at the time, you're going to cause a whole blended family strife because now you decided to find value in yourself when you've always had it. You just took another person to let you know that you have that value, you know? So in order to fix it, you have to find value, within yourself, and you need to make your own self happy. And you know, when you decide that you've had enough, you need to talk to your family and be honest with them. Look, this is not where I want to be. This is what I want to do. Can you help me get to this level? If not, I have to do something else. But you got to be honest with them because you are the one that put them in that situation by agreeing to be in the situation. So don't ask me what I should do. You need to ask them what they can all do. Ask them what they can all do to get you happy. If you can't get on the level of happiness with them, then you need to ask them, what is the easiest way for me to leave this situation and not affect everyone in a negative way? That's basically it. Because I think most women don't think about their future. They just think about their now. Or when they do think about their future, it's in fear. Oh, I don't want to be alone, so I better get with a dusty. It's out of fear. Most really attractive women, they don't have a fear of their future because they know what they're capable of and they have a high sense of value. So they don't really just get with the first thing that shows interest, you know? So think, level up before you enter into any type of real relationship. If you're entering into any type of real relationship and you're not 100% leveled up, you're doing yourself a disservice because you didn't get the best you could get. Sure, how do you compete with people who are naturally more beautiful than you, just as leveled up as you are? Thank you. You hang around people that are less beautiful than you. Okay? You don't need to be competing with someone who's more beautiful than you. That's stupid. Okay? You know what? I am going to go compete with Rihanna. I'm gonna go steal Rihanna man. I'm gonna go walk in the same bar as Rihanna and her man and try to compete with her. How do I do that? How can I steal him from her? How can I get the attention of anybody when Rihanna's sitting next to me? How am I do that? That's how y'all sound. There you go. Confidence is beautiful. Right. Oh, I'll be confident all day, you know. But sitting next to Rihanna, that's gonna be a little bit hard. Okay. I'm gonna be trying to pull my wig back so I can have a forehead too. That's a joke. So stop trying to compete with people that look better than you. Okay. Don't compete with them. Get in a whole nother environment. You go somewhere where everybody look like they ugly. Go to somewhere where everybody's older than you and you're the youngest thing there. You know, get where you shine. Get in there where you shine, not where you're dulled. Right? And see, and not a lot of people will compete with beautiful looking women by dressing extra trashy, but that's not the type of attention you want because they're gonna go talk and get the beautiful woman's number, take the beautiful woman out on a date, then see you walk in trashy looking and hit and do a one hitter quitter on you, thinking about this other one. So that doesn't help you. Get around where you are the best looking chick. Get around after you've leveled up 100%. Go to an area where everybody's at least 20 years older than you, and you go sit up in there and see what happens. Okay. Or go somewhere where you stand out in a good way, you know. How much money do you suggest for makeup starter kit? I've been buying makeup since I was in the 6th grade. So I don't even know what to tell you on that. I mean, the good makeup is pretty expensive. The better the better quality of makeup, it does make a difference. I ain't gonna lie. The quality of makeup makes a difference. So if you're just starting out, you don't need to spend a lot. I would say one of the best drugstore makeup lines would be NYX, Maybelline, maybe Revlon. Those are like three of the tops. Start off with them. They're still pretty expensive. So you got to invest in yourself for sure. Is it a bad idea or unfair to give him an ultimatum to level up? Are you his mother? Is it your job to get him to where he needs to be? Because by you even doing that, all you're doing is sending him signals to his brain that you're a mother. All he's going to see you as is, oh, I love her. She pushed me to where I needed to be. She pushed me to this next level, A, B, C, and D. And he's going to, since he was never at that level to begin with, all he's going to see is women showing more interest in him because he got to that level. Women that look better than you, women that wouldn't put up with him as a loser, women that think better of themselves than you did. So what he's going to do is see those women feel more valuable than you do. They're not going to tell him what to do. They're not going to give him instruction and give him ultimatums like a mother. They're going to see him as a full grown man that can take care of them. And so he's going to say, like, oh, this lady sees me as a full grown man. This lady sees me as, oh, I pushed you to that next level. Without me, it wouldn't be you. And blah, 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 a nagging mother. So this woman over here who thinks he's all bad and he did it all by himself, he's going to go with her because of her opinion of him is much higher than your opinion of him. Even though you struggled, put in the work, pushed him to that next level, bought his underwear when he had holes, whatever, drove him to work, helped him fill out job applications online. This chick is going to benefit from it because you, the mom, you're going to try to finish raising a grown man, and all you're going to do is raise him up for a woman that he can be a man with. That's it. So stop trying to be Bob the Builder. Stop giving ultimatums to make your man become better. Unless they become better because they see you becoming better, they think you're about to leave and they do it on their own without you saying a word. That's the only way you can do it. If you don't tell them a thing, you just start getting better and better each day. If they don't follow suit, they already know you gone. They don't need an ultimatum. That is their ultimatum. When you level up, that's their ultimatum. So stop. Stop talking too much. That's what I'm telling you, ladies. Shut up. Shut up and do. Every day level up. Every day look beautiful. Every day do this. Dress classy. Start doing this. Start doing that. Don't drag him everywhere you go. Go have cocktails with your friend. Do stuff he can't afford to do. He can't go because he can't afford it. When he gets this in his mind, does he want to be with this type of woman who's on this level? Can he even afford it? He will either break up with you because he doesn't want a high maintenance woman, or he will go get it together so he can keep you. You don't have to give him any type of ultimatum. When you level up, that's the ultimatum. Okay? So no more talking. Stop talking and start acting. If he doesn't follow suit, then he's not the one. And I didn't mean to go off, but we need to stop talking so much and start doing more. You like that plan? All right. Okay, what? Why is he not? Ugh. Let me get on. Mm. You don't know how this was recommended for you? Can anyone explain what this is? What it is? What is this? Obviously, somebody's been using your computer, your phone, or your Google address to research something. If you're a man, or maybe the genre of my video is something similar to what you watch, but maybe in a male perspective. I don't know. Mhm. You've always wanted to be a doctor. 24, your fiance makes 150K a year and he's 38. Um, well, it's going to take you a while if you just got out of medical school to make a lot of money anyway as a doctor, you know. So it's up to you. I knew a doctor and she was very feminine. Okay. She was my kid's pediatrician. Every day she came to work, hair done, nails done, makeup, cute dress with her little white coat over it. She was a pediatrician. She was she worked with kids. She was nice. She was feminine. Da 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 da. I don't know what her husband did, but she sure did have some kids. They lived in a really nice neighborhood. So I don't know what her husband did, but I have to think that he was something else bigger, you know? Because in order for her to be that feminine as a doctor and have kids and things like that and not look like she's stressed, and to me, that means her husband must have some, pretty good type of job because the neighborhood she lived in was right next to the neighborhood I lived in, and that's a really nice neighborhood. And so whatever she was making probably at that practice was not going to cover her expenses to live in that neighborhood. I'm pretty sure her husband had some money. So even if you're a doctor, if no one thinks you're a doctor when they see you out, if you're just gorgeously feminine and beautiful and act feminine all the time, when a man crosses a room for you and you guys talk and get to know each other, he falls for you. It won't matter what you do as long as you're not being masculine with it. You know what I'm saying? It won't matter what you do if you're not always talking about it or holding it over someone's head or expecting more out of them because you're doing this. You know, and the type of man you actually go for is also important. Being a doctor, you need to go for somebody that makes a lot of money. Okay. So make sure that's what you do. 150 for a 38-year-old, that's pretty good. That's average. But if you're going to be a doctor and if you decide to own your own practice, you're going to make way more than that. And you got to figure out the dynamics of how that relationship will go, or how he will start feeling less masculine and start seeking other women to make him feel masculine because you're out earning him. So you got to think about the future. Okay. Mhm. You got arrested last night and the cop tried to flirt with you. You was annoyed. Why did you get arrested, girl? Let's talk about it. What was you doing? Please don't make it be something stupid. That's exactly why I was arrested when I was younger. Because cops are broke. Y'all don't even know. I told that story a while back. I was arrested for calling a cop broke because they was trying to come on to me. You did it the opposite way. Hi, how are you? Da, 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 da. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, well, da 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 da. Oh, it's okay. Da, da, da. Oh, well, why don't you want to talk to me? Oh, I said I have a boyfriend. Well, where is he? He's not here. Well, he's at work. Oh, okay. So they sit and watch you. Oh, you've had 3 drinks. You can't drive. 3 drinks. Do you see? I'm tall. I have a high alcohol tolerance. I've been drinking since I was, this was like when I was younger, when I was with James, but we weren't married yet. And so to be a a-hole, he says, well, I don't think you can drive home. So you need to call a taxi or a cab. And I'm like, I'm not, you going to pay for it? He's like, no. And I don't want to leave my car there, right? So I'm like, I'm not even drunk. They didn't even give me a test. And they don't give you a test or anything because he said so or whatever. And I'm like, so just because I don't want to talk to you, you're going to recommend that I go to jail or get arrested because I don't want to comply with you thinking I had too much to drink when you didn't even give no test. Y'all know I went off on. I was like, I don't talk to. It's like I wouldn't talk to you anyway. You don't make enough money for me. I don't. I wouldn't talk to you anyway. You don't. You can't even buy me the 3 drinks that I had because he ain't buy me no drink. I said, so what makes you think that I'm gonna even talk to you? And then he said, see, that's why I don't date black women. And I said, and that's why they don't date you because you broke and you the cops. So then he got on his little phone. I need you to come pick up someone for public intoxication. I'm like, I'm not drunk. This is how I talk to everybody. This is just me. So I was taken to, and no charges were filed. He just wanted to show his false sense of power because he ain't got no money. So that's what happened. I got out like the next morning, basically. Went back and got my car. So basically, yes, I went to jail for calling the cops broke. It was a cop. So anyway, Be careful who you call broke. Lesson learned. Make it be about, just say you gay. That's just gonna be the easiest way out. Oh, I'm a lesbian. Just lie. Don't say no. I got a boyfriend with the cops. Tell them you gay. You lesbian. Learn from my experience. Oh, y'all didn't even hear the funniest part. After I got to the jail, they put me in a little I don't know, it's like a temporary holding cell until they put you in the big one. And I started singing that Michael Jackson song. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And people were just cracking up laughing, like, oh my God. Even the cops that worked there was laughing. And the guy that had to take my mugshot picture, he was flirting with me too. He's like, I'm not supposed to do this, but you want to make a phone call? And he let me use like the regular phone, not like the pay phone. He's like, I'm gonna let you make a phone. And I look good on my mugshot, y'all. Like just like this. Now like James Brown. So yeah. Make sure you go to jail for something good like that, not nothing stupid. If I was a black man, I probably would have got shot. Well, I don't know, would a cop be coming on to me? I probably wouldn't have refused it because I'm not about the money if I'm a man, unless I need a place to stay for the winter. So that wouldn't have happened. If a female cop came on to a man, he's gonna hit it. Thank you for changing my life. I'm doing all things I've ever wanted to. I'm taken care of and have never felt so feminine. I'm sharing this video with my friends that want to know how I did it. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, what is this person? Ugh. Anyway, I'm trying to do something. I'm supposed to be doing a different video on my other channel with someone, but they're not writing me back. Hmm. Oh, thank you, Dream Deeply, for the donation. And thank you, Miss Mia Moore and Dream Deeply. Thank you so much. That was a very nice donation. And 99, oh, Mia Moore. I like that name, like Mia Moore, like my love. Thank you so much. I didn't even look at the number. Oh my gosh. I just was reading the thing. I was so focused on what you were asking me. Well, thank you. Oh, is that my Christmas gift? I appreciate it. Shira, should we avoid older men who are into doing cocaine and drugs? Y'all, I'm so into myself. I was dating guys that were doing all that and I didn't even realize it. I didn't even, when I was younger, I didn't even realize it. They didn't do it in front of me. So I didn't even realize it. But if they're doing it in front of you and pressuring you, then and you don't want to do it, that's not a good thing. But they weren't doing anything in front of me. So I didn't know any better. I mean, I knew at one point because they told me, but they never pressured me to do anything. And I really didn't care because I wasn't really with them for long term anyway. So it didn't matter to me. Mhm. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Still sending your thank you. I appreciate it. Dream deeply. I waiting on it, girl. You're gonna have me looking good. Um, oh, thank you. I need a consultation for your TV show. I need a consultation for my TV show. Can we talk? A consultation for your TV show. What TV show is that? She would please make me a moderator so I can block these crazy dusties. No, I like the dusties. They're here to learn. They just got to make some noise to get that attention. I've been wanting to keep Shira myself. What to myself? Shira, you are changing lives out there, goddess. Thank you, Queen. Kita. Shira, do you still use which ways to control your man? Nah, he's trained by now. He good. um, Thank you. Someone, yeah, I saw the donation, or did I see is there another one that I've missed? Yeah, I saw that donation. Thank you. Um, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Because, yeah, I know the force got a lot of power. Mhm. Oh, what's this? What is this? Open the YouTube, click on what? I'm trying to do another video, but y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I got to go and try to figure this other thing out, but I just wanted to pop on real quick.
No, I know it's not that.
Okay. Bye.
My fire sauce doesn't support good